Good morning, everybody. It's Kellen Cash going live on YouTube, Facebook, all that. Just a quick morning vent because I'm looking at the what's trending and what's been going on, and I see Colin Kaepernick still in the news. I see Colin Kaepernick was being entertained again to come work out with the Seahawks, which doesn't mean he would have got a job guaranteed, but it would have, been a big push forward since they've pretty much banned him from the NFL. Hey, what's up, Patrick? What's up, Will? Since they banned him, and I'm just gonna say it like the title has it: the Seahawks suck, and the NFL sucks because they keep stopping this man from getting a job. Clearly, he can compete. Clearly, he has the talent, and we know that the NFL owners are all white. We know 75%, maybe above, in the NFL, the players are black, and that they're not respected. Hey, Will, thanks for that handshake and wave. But let's look at this for what it really is and who we should blame, because at the end of the day, it's us, the consumer, who watch. Now, I boycotted. I didn't watch a single game last year. I was even at a party one time, and I mean, I had glanced, but I did everything I could not to. I wanted to engage doing something else. Didn't buy an NFL hat, jersey, nothing. I mean, nothing. And that's something that normally I wouldn't even do, but made it an effort not to watch anything even supported by the NFL, product wise, that we can consume, because you got to think of the boycotts from back in the day. The most famous one in this country is the bus boycott. They boycotted over a year. Some people won't even boycott one game, not one game. They act like they're getting paid from the NFL to watch. But I'll tell you this: you keep watching the NFL, and for those of you who are of color or get caught up in a situation, that the same situation Colin Kaepernick was protesting, wait till it happens and it impacts you. Now, we have various clients over here, and one of them being the Advice Show, and the Advice Show covers this issue more than anybody out there. And I weekly have people saying, hey, can you focus on this? Can you hit this topic? And I have other clients, they do the same thing, even though that's not their mainstay. And you not boycotting, you just continuing this go Seahawks. And I'm picking on the Seahawks because they were the ones entertaining this, but it could easily be what was my favorite team, the Raiders, whatnot. They all suck. They suck for their policies. The NFL as a private business, yeah, we know they can do what they do, but I'm talking about you, the person who's watching the game, who's supporting it. When it's your son, your daughter, your cousin, your family friend, even, people think this always impacts black people. But what if you're one of the white liberals, one of the ones that, prove that, oh, no, I'm not racist, and my best friend, and they're married into my family and all that good stuff, right? Even you, when it happens to that family member that you so-called loved about, what did you do to stop it? And probably it's going to be nothing, zero, zilch. You did nothing but go along in this system. You were like a sheep, the lamb being led to the slaughter, And for the Christians out there that always like to pull out, the Bible, I mean, there's that's straight from the Bible. Go to your Jeremiah and read 53, it's 11 and 12, and just go down. Read the whole book, actually. Don't be lazy. Just don't read a snippet so you can get some context. But you will be led. Your family will be led to the slaughter. And when those people email us in Jeremiah, sometimes, we have to look at the history of that person. And we may not be able to help you because you got what you was coming to you. You reap what you sow. You thought, oh, the NFL was all good, and oh, it's made so many millionaires. How many have impacted you personally? Yeah, it has made millionaires, and there are people quiet as kept doing their piece who have made millions. But we know the majority of professional athletes end up broke, and especially in the NFL. Because once you get drafted into the NFL, ask somebody you know, because a lot of you guys claim to know people in the NFL. Now, ask them about that. Once they're drafted, that secret room they pull in. It's not a secret, but most of you don't know that room that they continually to brainwash them and let them know they can't trust anybody around them, and how all their friends are going to be going, after the money, which is true. You're going to have many people going after your money, but you got to think these people all went to college. What info were they getting, or what info were they not getting? Because those classes sometimes can even be picked for them. And I'm not telling you anything that's theory. This is all fact. And, I had someone the other day try to debate me on something that was fact on here on Facebook. And they should have known. Don't come without an arsenal. Don't come without facts to killing cash, because I'll eat you up. I'll eat you up with facts. And we can use whatever book you want to use, but facts will go off of. And so they gotta offend it. And it was about the Starbucks thing. We can talk about that a little bit, because that's right here in Seattle too. And it's not just the Philadelphia episode. Many of you have seen what happened in LA, where the black guy was trying to use the bathroom, and he was denied. But he showed that the white guy admitted to using the bathroom without buying anything. And those are facts. And then we hear, oh, Starbucks isn't racist. I could care less. I don't even drink coffee. It has to be, you have to give me some Ethiopian coffee, whatnot, for me to even entertain the fact. But I don't drink coffee. But, I'll just put it out there. Starbucks, boycott them too. These aren't your daddies. And if you're a barista at Starbucks, or if you're a manager, whatnot, I'm talking about the common good. I'm not just talking about what lines our pockets. Making a video like this and being so public like I am, and having some of the clients that talk about this, stops us from corporate sponsorship. But I don't need their money, because all money ain't good money if your policies don't line up. Oh no, Patrick, nah, everyone doesn't know that, because there's just so many people who don't know the process. All they are concerned. Say something like this, they'll then say, oh, well, how do you know? And it's, do your research. But I do know players in the NFL, and even retired. And Patrick, I know. And Patrick, that's my bro right there. For those on Anchor FM that can't see the messages, but he's like, he thought everybody knew that was a common room that they bring you back after the draft. And I went from the draft to Starbucks, but it's all just boycott. Spend your money where they value you and your community. And if not, and if you're one of these people, because there's many of them in the world, especially here in Seattle, that, oh no, everything's fair and balanced. Everything's all good. If you're one of those people and everything is all good for you, and you're especially a minority, especially black, good. Let it be fair and balanced. Just don't call us. Don't email us when they beat you over the head, or beat your child over the head. Or like the other day, the Advice show had showed a 7-year-old dragged off the bus and got a concussion. Dragged off the bus, got a concussion. And the school, was trying to cover it up, whatnot. And, it's hard being a teacher. It's hard being a teacher. I've done that job too, real quick, in and out. But a boy getting a concussion, there's a way to escort somebody off, and they don't have proper training. But it's always, they don't have proper training when it comes to our kids. I was even dragged. If I really think about it, that's what kind of brought me back. I was dragged, and I was being bad, I'm sure, in elementary. I'm sure I was being bad, but I was dragged. I didn't get a concussion, but my mother also didn't play that, and she would get me right first, and got the teacher right too, but she got me first. You got to go back to old school. I don't want to call it a beating, because people take that the wrong way, but they're disciplined. Physical discipline. There's nothing wrong with physical discipline. That's the reason why half your kids act the way they do out in public or at home. And I'm seeing kids hit parents more and more and talk back. What type of nonsense is this? This is how I know America, we won't be here forever. Or we'll have to depart ways. Because what you think is normal, what you think is normal for dogs and cats being on planes and coming through grocery stores and in restaurants and can't physically discipline kids, and treating animals like people. I just know it's not gonna last too long. But to get back on this Seahawks, yeah, your Seahawks suck. I would tell you that over this air, or I would tell you in person. I would tell you in a boxing ring. I tell you at the kickboxing ring. Catch me there every week. I tell you, because this isn't any, oh, I'm just talking. We'll back this up with facts. And you don't play for the Seahawks. You'll never play for the Seahawks. You were never good enough to play for the Seahawks. And they're not your daddy, whatnot. And there's Seahawks players that, quiet as kept would say, yeah, they do. Ask Michael Bennett what he thinks about the NFL. They're about to try to railroad him. I don't see you guys coming to his aid. I don't see you guys coming to Michael Bennett's aid and saying, hey, this is one of the good ones, whatnot. They're saying he did all type of stuff. And until we see it on camera, I don't believe that is how it happens. I know they try to wash everybody who will go against the system in any way. So what are you going to do? That's the real question. Are you going to keep watching and supporting and buying these over expensive paraphernalia and just it's all good? The Seahawks, NFL, I'll put my team, the Raiders. Oh man, forget the Raiders. Forget them. All the players could stand up and say, you know what, we're done. The black ones especially, but there'd be some white ones, so we're done. Then things would change. Talk about creating a whole alternative league where you can really be free to do what you want. Because if you're not free, I don't care. Oh, they make so much money. But if you're not free, so what? You sell your soul? You would sell your dignity for some money, for $1 million check? Man, you're a sucker. You're a sucker. Straight up. You have no backbone. You're not a man. You're not a woman. You're just a slave, because you sell your soul no matter what. We don't sell our soul over here. We don't do that, man. We want everybody to have equality, to speak their mind, whatnot, and band together. And you don't get that without coming together as a community, unity. And you don't have to be black not to watch. You don't have to be a minority not to watch. You just have to know that many people, and we talked about this in Seattle yesterday at a meeting that I go to, Dads, shout out to Dads off Rainier, every Wednesday right off Rainier. It's for men only, and it's not just for dads, but it's good if you are a dad or if you're a young man and you want to hear some wisdom. There's many people in the white community who didn't believe any of this was happening until they saw Rodney King. And some thought that was just a one-off incident. And now with everyone having a phone, they're seeing more and more. And kid got beat up the other day coming from work. Come on, man. Just because you don't see it, because you watch CNN only or you watch Fox only, and you don't tune in and you're not tapped in and you're not really, maybe you're not that sharp on technology or on news or politics, doesn't mean it's not happening. There's real things happening out here. It's real things happening, and just because you don't see it and you can't prove it doesn't mean that you disregard it. I'm telling you, it's happening, and I can back it up with facts, and I can back it up with video in history. And if you are one of those, because I have a lot of the people I know are Christians, we can back it up with scripture too. And we can go whoop you with that all day. We can force feed that to you. And scripture's been used to prove a lot of injustice. You remember slavery. If you fully read the full book, half of you don't even read the book. Half of you, people say rapture or whatnot. You say, what's that? Don't worry, I used to be there too. So, we can hit you over the head however you want to be hit over the head. Oh yeah, Patrick said a lot still don't think it's happening. Yeah, they don't think it's happening because it's not happening to them. are impacting them. And you know, and it's just not white folk. People think, oh, white folk. It's not just white folk. There are these boule, bougie, Negro, Sambo, Coon. Those are my nice words for them. And a lot of them are here in Seattle, aka the Get Out. And they would all know, but what were they doing? Ask that when it happens to you, when you get hit over the head. What were they doing? You can get charges for talking about something, conspiracy. So stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Stop the nonsense that, oh, what did they do? Without smoke, there's no fire, and all those things people like to say. All I'm saying is, if you're down for the cause, you're gonna be woke. You're gonna be on this, Black Lives Matter or whatever movement you think that keeps you hip. Do something. Impact the world. Oh, and then I can already hear a hater saying, but what are you doing? So I just told you the people I represent are pushing. They're getting death threats weekly. I see the emails. I see the memes. I see the them hanging, and they got families. But we also have a program too, that can help you get a job in multiple levels. And you can inbox me and we can talk about that more. That's another video. I don't want to cross brand my morning rant with all the brands unless it really taps into. But I could just hear a hater, oh, what are you doing? Because someone had told me that the other day, and then I had to shut them up with that with facts. And they said, oh, well, that's good for you. I know it's good for me. And then we became friends after that. Because it's either you can try to debate me and I can whoop you with that, or I can just whoop you. And I don't want to whoop you. Not, physically. It's a mental game. I don't want to whoop you physically, because after you whoop somebody physically, people, man, they start suing and start calling the police. So don't whoop anybody mentally unless they put their hands on you, let it slide. But that's my morning rant. Seahawks suck. And, I know there's people who are real diehard fans, but you can't be on both sides. So either you down with equality, you're down with people everyone having the freedom to talk like they did back in the Vietnam days. I know it wasn't popular then, but were you losing your job? Some people were. Muhammad Ali was, right? But you still aren't free if you can't say what you want, if you're just a drone. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Not gonna take all day. Thank you for everybody who joined live on Facebook and YouTube. Vitaly, Dana, Patrick, all y'all. I see everybody. Randa, everybody. I see y'all. But I'm not gonna take up all the time, because at the end of the day, I'm behind the scenes and we're working, doing the work. So y'all be blessed, be safe, and peace.